Hey everyone, here's a quick heads up. The Agile Online Summit is coming soon. You can get all the details at bit.ly/Agile Online Summit 24. Yes, it's all lowercase, all one word. That's bit.ly/Agile Online Summit 24. Stick with us till the end of the episode to know the dates, the tracks, and some surprises we have ready for you. But for now, let's dive into today's episode. Hello everybody, welcome to our Success Thursday. This week we have with us, joining us from South Africa, Johann Botha. Hey Johann, welcome back.
Hey Fosco, hello everyone.
So Johann, Thursday is Success Day here on the podcast. Of course, we'll talk about that in a second. But first, what is your favorite retrospective format and why?
I don't have a fixed format. And one of the reasons why I don't is because, remember I said that the teams that we typically work with are teams that has tried and failed. So I try and shy away from predefined methods. So what I tend to do is I'll tell the team, listen guys, I grew up in the spaghetti Western days. So my retrospective format that I want to follow is the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the good is the things that we need to entrench and make part of standard work. The bad is the things that we need to fix, and understand what it is that we need to fix, and the downright ugly we just need to stop doing. It's the bad that's the interesting one, because the best thing would have been if we could do proper root cause analysis, but you don't have time for that in a retrospective because that can take a day. So the only option left in terms of getting to the right answer is to experiment. And so it takes a few turns, a few sprints to actually sometimes get to an answer. Just incidentally, I just want to mention to you, we use a design thinking technique called the double diamond to do root cause analysis. And we found that to be the most effective team-based root cause analysis approach. Yeah, sure, we have to change some things, but I think it's really important that if you do root cause analysis, that you do it as a team. That's in any case the theme that's sort of a golden thread throughout Scrum and most of the Agile approaches.
And do you have a blog post somewhere where you explain how you're using the double diamond as a root cause analysis tool for teams?
I do have a course, but I can write a blog post. Maybe a good idea.
Yeah, if you do send me the link and I'll put it in the show notes, of course, because I'm sure that many people are now curious about using that technique. I really like it myself, and that's one of the things that I do for almost everything, like brainstorming, making decisions, whatever. I always try to use the double diamond, but I'm really interested to hear and read perhaps how you've done it and what you've learned about using that for team-based root cause analysis. So when you have the post, just send me the link.
I will, but just think about it. What is innovation? It's solving a problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why not solve all problems that way?
I'm totally with you, and I can totally see how it motivates and engages the team in a completely different way to discuss something, right? Because we're not trying to get to an answer immediately. And that's one of the powerful aspects of the double diamond, right? Because very often we're trying to get, even the 5 whys is about getting to an answer quickly. And that's not how you do proper root cause analysis. So I'm really interested to read your blog post. So do send the link once you have that done. But of course,
value is in splitting the problem and the solution space.
Which is what design thinking asks us to do. Yeah. Exactly. All right, but of course, we're also doing these retrospectives because we want to succeed in our role as Scrum Master. So, Johann, in your own words, what does success mean for you as a Scrum Master?
Okay, I can't say for me as a Scrum Master, but what I try and do when we work with organizations is I try to help Scrum Masters understand what is success for them. And a successful Scrum Master for me is a successful team. So, and I think especially people who has migrated from a typical project type of role into the agile world finds the transition in the beginning very difficult. Going from command and control to actually have, let's face it, no authority, because the Scrum Master's got zero authority. A Scrum Master is a helper. They are motivators. Their job is to be sensitive, to be close to the team, to know when things are wrong even before somebody say it. So it's a completely different sets of skills. So emotional intelligence in Scrum Masters is, for me, most probably the most important skill set to have. So for me, a good Scrum Master or a successful Scrum Master is a Scrum Master who's got a team that believe in themselves, that functions well, that are open, that communicate honestly. Because let's face it, for most of us, when we start with this idea of transparency, one of the pillars of Scrum, it's a very uncomfortable thing. All of a sudden, I'm exposing myself, and in fact, up to a point where I acknowledge if I actually stuffed up. Because I know it's better for the team to know that than not to know that. It's a scary thing. So, Scrum Masters shouldn't underestimate their role as a coach, as a counselor, as a understanding human behavior, as helping people to believe in themselves, even. So quite honestly, I think not a bad idea if you're a Scrum Master to go and do a life coach course.
Absolutely. That's actually one of the things that is kind of hidden under the name of the role, as well as the context, right? Like getting things done, getting teams to deliver. And there's a lot of people who look at Scrum Masters as what you would call delivery managers. In fact, many people call themselves delivery managers or delivery leads instead of Scrum Masters. And one of the things that the Scrum Master role hides very well under the name is that we start from the principle that it's not our job to succeed in software development. It is our job to help others succeed. And that is a totally different shift, because very often, especially for those that come from a project management background, and I did myself, we are expected to make things happen, right? To make teams succeed, when in fact, the best way we can do our role is to help teams succeed on their own. And for me, and maybe you can help me here, for me, it is rather difficult to convey the difference in a way that kind of just sinks in when I'm talking to people. Because if you're a hiring manager, you're hiring a Scrum Master because everybody's doing Scrum, and you never really thought about what the role is, but it's in the Scrum book, so you hire a Scrum Master. And then you expect them to make sure that the team delivers, right? Like I talk to managers like this all the time. And it's very hard for me to go and say, hey, wait a minute. Yes, the team must deliver. In fact, the team must focus on the success of your business all the time. We agree on that. But it's not the role of the Scrum Master to make the team deliver. In fact, they can't. Because in knowledge work, all of the work, well, not all, but most of the work happens within people's brains. right? So there's no way a Scrum Master can go and start manipulating electrons and neurons inside people's brains, right? So how do you do that, Johann? How do you explain to the people you talk to the leaders, to the teams, that, hey, wait a minute, the Scrum Master's role is not to make sure you do the work?
Yeah. So I think there's a few things as part of the conversation, and I agree with you. It's not an easy conversation. The first thing that I normally start with is the fact that the team is accountable, and if you do anything to disenfranchise the team, you can't hold them accountable anymore. So the moment you make somebody accountable for the performance of the team, you've disenfranchised the team, and basically what you've done is you've broken the whole system. Yeah. So if you want to hold the team accountable for their own work, and yeah, the first argument is then, yeah, but you can't hold a group of people accountable. Somebody needs to be accountable. Well, actually, we've proved that you can. And the cool thing is that if you hold the team accountable, that's the only way that you will get self-management, and the team will sort out discipline and all kinds of stuff in the team. You don't need a manager for that most of the time. Yeah. Humans are strange animals because we want to belong. Yeah. And the moment you see that, yeah, you're not belonging in this team, all of a sudden it starts becoming really uncomfortable. Okay, but I'm off the point now. So the first thing that I basically talk about is the issue of accountability and the team being accountable for their own deliverables and work. What I then I use sort of this example quite often. I say, you know, you realize that you need this new person or new skill or capability within the organization. Then you go and do research, and you sit with HR and you draw up a job spec, and you get a technical expert to interview the interviewees, and you maybe do some psychometric testing, and yeah. And you choose the perfect candidate that knows everything about the thing that you don't know about, and then you employ them and tell them what to do.
Yeah, I guess many people will miss the nuance on that statement, right? Let me repeat that. You hire someone because they are experts on the thing you are not expert on, and then you tell them what to do. And I'll let that sink in for a second, because that's a very powerful statement.
and I say, just bear in mind, yeah, that we want people to be able to think on their feet and solve problems and do stuff that they weren't, or your organization wasn't able to do before. And your Scrum Master is not the specialist, and that's why they're not the team lead. Yeah. But if we look at lean management philosophy, I think we can learn a lot about what Scrum Masters do. So a Scrum Master can help the team coordinate work. They don't have to, but if the team wants them to do that, they can. Note help to, not coordinate work. A Scrum Master can be very useful to the team by removing impediments and going to fight the team's battles so that the team can focus on what they need to do. A Scrum Master can be very helpful in terms of challenging the team in their ways of work and saying, but have you thought about? And you know, that whole go to Gemba type of approach, go see, ask why, and show respect. But what a Scrum Master can't do is tell the team what to do because of the accountability issue. And number two is because they don't know. They're not a technical expert.
It's not their job.
The
Exactly.
work that the team is doing are technical work. Yeah, it's complex work. Yeah, it's complex problem solving. The Scrum Master can help facilitate communication. Sure, the Scrum Master can help diffuse flaring temperaments. They can do all of that stuff, but all of the stuff that they do is helping.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And I think that one way to describe this is that the Scrum Master works in the gaps that there are between team members and then between the team and its stakeholders. And it's those gaps that we need to focus on. Not, team members need to talk, but then perhaps there are gaps. Some team members' personality doesn't jive so well with the other team members. And that's a place where the Scrum Master can work, or a stakeholder is often absent. And there's another space, another gap that the Scrum Master can work in. And it really is the work of a coach. And I don't mean just a coach as, in relationships, conflict, or psychological terms. I mean a coach just like in sports. Right? The role of a coach in any team sport, which software development is really to find the gaps and try to reduce the gaps, right? Increase communication, increase understanding, building the right behavior so that the team can play and adapt to unpredictable events during the game, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. The exception is that a sports coach normally has got the ability to also talk about technical aspects of performance, which a Scrum Master can't.
Yeah, these days that's not even the case anymore. I mean, coaching teams have sometimes even tens of experts that are focused on very minute aspects of the game, right? So even that is getting much closer to what a Scrum Master role should be. Johann, thank you very much. It's been a wonderful conversation, very insightful on what success means for us as Scrum Masters.
Awesome.
Hi there, Agile friends. Thank you for sticking around. So, as I was saying at the beginning of the show, on October 22nd this year, we will have the first day of the Agile Online Summit 2024. The summit will take place from October 22nd to 24th, so make sure you book your calendars, as there will be loads of sessions for you to attend, including live QAs with the speakers, networking sessions, and more. This year, we're also organizing regular networking events online so that you get to talk and meet your peers before the summit even starts. So if you want to know more, check them out at bit.ly/Agile Online Summit 24. That's all one word, all lowercase. That's bit.ly/Agile Online Summit 24. You can sign up for a free ticket and get notified when those warm-up events will be organized, so stay tuned. Now, regarding the summit, our opening keynote will be Marshall Goldsmith's exposition of a project he's been working on for a while. That's marshallgoldsmith.ai. And Marshall is an author and also a leadership coach who sold over 3 million books worldwide and has been considered twice #1 leadership thinker in the world by Thinker 50. And you definitely don't want to miss that. If you want to know more about the tracks, here they are. We will have 4 tracks. The first track is Shift from Product to People. In this track, we will explore what we call the third wave of Agile adoption, exploring psychological safety, coaching techniques, and more to unlock your team's potential. In this track, you can learn to foster trust, encourage innovation, and build high-performing teams. Transform your approach and the future of Agile to be much more people-centric. The second track we have for you is Value-Centric Product Development. In this track, we will learn how to master product management and ownership by focusing on value. We will learn to identify, validate, and deliver what customers truly need, and dive into customer-centric approaches, experimentation techniques, and continuous market validation ideas. We have to accept that if Agile is to succeed, we have to become value-centric, and that's what we explore in this track. The next track is titled Agile Coaching Masterclass. We want to help take your coaching to the next level and transform team performance. Develop key Agile coaching skills, emphasizing people-centric and value-centric approaches in line with the previous tracks. And we will help you learn how to guide teams towards value focus and effectiveness. In this track, we want to help you unlock the potential of the individuals and the organizations you will be working with. After all, the future of Agile is coaching-centric. And finally, the last track, and definitely not the least, is all about the future of Agile. Explore the trends shaping Agile's evolution. The previous 3 tracks do that as well. Discover real-world success stories from innovative companies pushing the boundaries of what's possible today, and learn how practitioners are evolving Agile practices, gain insights in how to revolutionize your own approach. After all, the future of Agile is here, so let's explore it. You will also have the opportunity to network with your peers, so get your ticket and join our Slack at bit.ly/Agile Online Summit. That's all lowercase, all one word, bit.ly/Agile Online Summit 24. As always, we have free tickets and the VIP tickets, so check them out. It will all be available at bit.ly/Agile Online Summit 24. I'll see you on the conference floor.